I used to think that the moment I found definitive proof of my wife's affair would be the worst day of my life. I imagined a storm of rage, betrayal, and heartbreak. But when it actually happened, when I saw the messages on her phone that she'd forgotten to lock, the feeling wasn't a sudden explosion. It was a quiet, sinking realization. It was the final puzzle piece clicking into place, showing me a picture I had been subconsciously avoiding for years. The truth is, our marriage hadn't just ended in that moment. It had been fading away, slowly and silently, for a long, long time. Looking back, the signs were all there, like little red flags I chose to ignore. It started with the small things. We stopped talking, really talking. Our conversations became logistical, about bills, groceries, and who was picking up the kids. The shared jokes and late-night chats that once formed the foundation of our connection were gone, placed by the glow of our separate screens in a dark room. We were living parallel lives under the same roof. The physical distance grew too. A quick peck on the cheek replaced passionate kisses, and hugs became obligatory gestures rather than genuine expressions of affection. We were roommates, not soulmates. I remember trying, at least I think I did, I'd suggest date nights, but something would always come up for her: a work deadline, a friend needing help, or just being too tired. I'd buy her flowers and she'd smile, but her eyes wouldn't light up the way they used to. It felt like I was trying to water a plant that had already withered from the roots. Each failed attempt was another small crack in our foundation, another step toward the inevitable end. I told myself it was just a phase, that all long-term relationships have their ups and downs. I was wrong. We weren't in a valley. We were on two completely different paths that were diverging further every day. The affair wasn't the cause of our marriage's death. It was the official announcement. It was the symptom of a much deeper illness that had taken hold years earlier. The lack of communication, the emotional distance, the absence of intimacy, that's what truly ended us. Her turning to someone else was just the final, logical step in a journey away from me that she had started long ago. Seeing those messages didn't create the wound. It just forced me to finally look at it, to acknowledge how deep and infected it had become. There's a strange clarity that comes with this kind of heartbreak. Once the initial shock subsides, you start to see things as they really are, not as you wish them to be. I realized I wasn't just mourning the loss of the woman I loved, but the loss of the man I used to be when I was with Hertha, happy, confident man who believed in forever. Rebuilding is a slow process, but it starts with acceptance. Accepting that it's over, and more importantly, understanding why it was over long before it officially ended. It's a painful lesson, but it's a necessary one for moving forward. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, remember you're not alone. Don't forget to subscribe for more reflections.